Hi there! Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're doing another Halloween Halloween makeup tutorial thing. So today I thought we would be doing one of my favorite characters from any Halloween spooky type movie, and we're going to be turning ourselves into Beetlejuice. If you are my friend, or if you follow me on Instagram or whatever, you would know that last year I actually did go as Beetlejuice for like a last minute costume. It was super easy, but I did like a literal Beetlejuice, and this time I'm gonna try to do like a sexy Beetlejuice. I kind of had this realization I don't have a lot of I might think they're pretty, but I don't have like a lot of pretty costume makeup tutorials on my channel. Most of my makeup tutorials are like me doing some sort of like weird Pokemon inspired look or making another type of soft cosplay character. I think I have like one normal makeup tutorial, and that's the one that Douglas voices my makeup tutorial for me, so it's not like an authentic tutorial. So today I'm going to try to do a sexy Beetlejuice. Hopefully we still get the vibe. I mean, Michael Keaton is pretty sexy in this movie, I must say. So if you are interested in learning how to do that for yourself, just keep on watching. So I have elevated my makeup game once again, and I bought setting spray. You all should be so proud of me because it's taken like 25 years for me to get to this point. So I'm just going to put a little bit this on before I even apply my makeup to make it stay longer. You're supposed to do this after, but like I've seen some people use this as a primer too. You probably can. It might just be better for you, for like your skin, to use a legit primer instead of this one. I don't have time for that, and my main concern for Halloween is to make sure my face doesn't melt off, because my face is my costume whenever I do my DIY costumes. So here we go. We're just going to spray it on our face. So next step is foundation, and normally I would use like my drugstore foundation, but I'm all out, and so I spent coin and got my Fenty foundation. I really like this for everyday makeup. The thing is though, if you're trying to do a character like this, Fenty does tend to dry darker than what it looks like in here. So here's a lot of colors and arts and sciences for you. So my foundation is neutral. My undertone's pretty neutral, and what that means is that I am neither warm nor cool. I'm someplace in between, and so my makeup's going to be very neutral. But what we're going to do in this makeup tutorial, though, is just use all cool products to try to emphasize the fact that I look like a zombie dead person kind of thing. Not saying all cool tone people look that way, but just in general, when you associate sickliness and death and scary and monsters, it tends to be cool tone things. We just associate warmth with health as species or whatever. So anyway, I'm going to be using this neutral foundation. It's matte. It's great. It's one of my favorite ones. But I'm just going to kind of put on a light amount, and then I'm going to be really packing on concealer because my concealer is lighter than my foundation shade, and hopefully I'll get that to make my skin tone a little bit lighter too, instead of just using like a white base, because I don't like putting on that white base makeup. It's like clowny makeup, and it's great if you want certain colors or like painting your face, but for me it's like bad for my skin, so I don't like using it. So yeah, I'm just gonna put my foundation on now. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my foundation even lower and take it down throughout my neck and kind of into my chest. I don't think I'm going to cover up my tattoo for this costume. I mean, I'm going to be putting a jacket on anyway. I don't want to get makeup on my jacket. And I don't know, like, I think it's okay. I'm not completely cosplaying, so I'm not going to cover up my tattoo. But I'm just going to kind of, like, blob away a little bit. But I'm kind of blotting out my lips, too. I'm going to go over them with concealer. It's just with this costume, he has no lip pigment at all. And my lips are highly pigmented, so I really have to try to block these suckers out. I'm also not going to draw his beard in this time. He does have a little bit of stubble, but I'm just going to ignore that because we already had a video where I put a beard on myself, and I think one's enough for now, um, just like as a side note. So I'm going to go in and put a whole lot of concealer on my face, and I mean a whole lot. I'm still probably going to do the highlight areas mostly, but I'm also going to put some like here to really carve out my face. I don't even know if people still do concealer like this anymore. Remember those trends back in like the early 2010s where everybody brought their concealer like all the way down here? It was a wild time. But I'm basically doing that today because I do want to just lighten my overall complexion. Now we're going to blend it out. So normally this is the part in the video where I would recommend you guys to try to set your face with a really light eyeshadow. So basically I would just go in with a white eyeshadow and just kind of do it on my face. A lot of times for people, including like myself, it'll create kind of like a white cast, and that's kind of what you want. Because again, this is like a zombie makeup. Like if you're trying to set your face normally though, you should try to do it with a lighter powder, but that's still relatively in your color zone. So I wouldn't be putting a white on me naturally. I'd probably use just a lighter shade or a translucent powder in general. But since it's Halloween, we're going stark white because we're trying to look like a zombie. And I know I look pretty white right now, but that's the point. So let me try to find a white eyeshadow, and I'm just going to kind of brush it all over the face. So the next part I want to do, I think I'm going to contour. He doesn't necessarily contour his own face here, other than maybe like this part. If we were going for an accurate Beetlejuice, I would contour this part, but since we're going for a sexy Beetlejuice, I'm not going to do that because this is kind of just like a weird accentuated feature. I can either age you or make you look older, or just kind of make you look scarier because you have a bunch of like wrinkles and stuff, I guess. So we're going to avoid doing that. But right now I'm just going to contour like I normally would, but I'm really going to use a cool tone brown shade. It is important not to put any warmth in your face whatsoever. So, I'm going to stay away from my gingerbread palette because that's all warms. Kind of pick out, like, something like this. Something like this. And we're going to start off with that. If we have to go darker, I'll make it work with maybe, like, this one. But we're going to go with the grayish one for now and then see if we need to build. And you might as well have to use eyeshadows for this because most bronzers don't make a cool tone bronzer. It kind of just like defeats the purpose, I guess. Unless you know of a brand that does. Like, feel free to correct me, but for the most part, they don't. So I'm just going to take this eyeshadow. I'm a multi-purpose queen. I don't buy one thing and just, like, I don't know. I really want to utilize all my makeup any way I can. So that's why I tend to contour with, like, eyeshadows and stuff because... one, that's a lot of money. And two, it's already there, so you might as well use it, you know? Yeah, I can't tell. I don't know if you see a huge difference. Like, I think it's showing up better on camera than it is in person, so I'm putting a lot on. I might put more of the other color on, too. I mean, my cheek kind of indents here. Anyway, but I do think it's like a subtle contour. Let me just do the other color and see if it gets anything. Maybe I'll just use this as a blush because, like, I just don't want it to mess up the gray too much. Yeah, I think that's more of, like, a blush color because it's still a brown. So the brown's going to have red undertones more so than the gray is. You see that? And red can kind of mean warmth, too. Even though this is a cool brown, like, the gray is going to do a little bit better. Maybe if you have, like, a darker gray. Yeah, I might have a darker gray. And see how that's starting to show up. If you want to contour your nose, you can. I normally don't because my nose is really tiny. But I'll do it for this makeup because it's like Halloween inspired stuff anyway. And I think I want to look more like a zombie skeleton thing. So, yeah. Well, I have like a gunmetal silver color. But it might be a little too dark. Because I don't want to look like a robot, you know? Yeah, maybe I'll use this one instead. Just lightly around my jaw or something because I like a carved out jaw. I got a round face, girl. If this looks like dirt a little bit, it's okay because again, you're a dead person. Also, like, is it problematic that I'm doing a sexy dead person? Comment down below. I don't know. I think it's fun, but I was also on the fence about this because I was like, I don't know if anybody else would describe Beetlejuice as sexy besides me. So now we're going to do his eyes. And this is a fun part because I think his eyes are super fun. I normally don't get to do eye looks like this because people would look at you kind of funny if you just put color all around your eye. That's what we're doing today. We're going to try and make it sexy. So in the movie, I'm looking at a reference picture, so sorry if I keep looking that way. But he just has these crazy clown bruise eyes. So I'm going to take this light purple shadow and kind of outline it to see where I want, and then go in with darker shadows. Again, I'm trying to make this sexy and not crazy, but we'll see how it goes. But it's the same technique as the beard thing I did, where I put the lighter shadow down to kind of get a guide of what I wanted, and then I fill it in. You could probably do that in your normal makeup routines too, if you'd like, if you're like a little unsure. It's kind of like a little cheat sheet type thing. And see, this is, since it's like a pinky purple, it's like not the exact color we want, but I'm gonna have to take it, like, I'm planning on taking it all the way up to my brow. Whereas normally I would just like leave that for highlight, and I'm probably still going to put like some sort of highlight there. But I really want the color to be all the way up there. So like I said, we're just going to use this as a base or a guide. So I'm not a purple eyeshadow aficionado. I only have a few. And they range more in tone than they do in depth. So I have like, oh, look at my dirty mirror. Oh my god. So reflective. But I have these purples here. This one's like a red base purple. This one's more blue. That's the lighter one. And then also in this other color palette I have, this one's more of like a true purple right here. So I think instead of doing light to dark like I normally do for my eye looks, I'm going to arrange it in like rainbow tones. So I'm going to start with maybe the red one, and then gradually translate it to the blue on the outside. Like I said, I'm going to take it all the way to the brow and maybe go over the brow a little bit, because I tried looking at his eyebrows, but in the picture I'm seeing right now, they're kind of covered with the purple. So we'll see. I might put a little black over it just to define them after the fact, but right now we're just going to be playing around and like taking the colors all the way up there. So wish me luck. Pigmented enough, it looks a little patchy, so I think I'm going to do the trick that I see other people do and put a little bit of setting spray on their makeup brush to try to get it to stick a little bit more. So let's do that. Ooh. Does that sound good? Is that ASMR? I don't know. We're going to keep this out because we might be using it a lot. But yeah, so let me try to go back in there with the wetted brush and see if more stuff sticks to my eye. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Oh, doesn't that look so much more sparkly than the other one? Or is that just me? I don't know, but it looks sickening. If we make this a little puffy, that's okay too, because like I said, his eyes go all the way around. So it's not that bad if they get really puffy. Another one. Oh, I got it all over my makeup palette. Oh well. Oopsies. I'm hoping this purple performs better than the other one, because this is like a Funko Pop makeup palette. And not to shade Funko Pop or anything, but I would just hope that like a legit makeup brand makes better eyeshadows than like a toy brand. But right now this is a little rough and a little patchy, so maybe the roughness adds to like the character building, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, would you look this good if you were buried in the ground for how many years, you know? We're gonna go to the most red purple in my palette. I hope there's good transition going on. I see it in my mirror, so hopefully it's on camera too. But I am going to go in, I think with this one, I would normally use this brush on the inside, but I'm going to be using that for like highlighting and details and other stuff in the future. So I'm just going to go with this front for now, and then I can clean brushes in between, I guess. But let's just try this for now and see what we get. Oh my god! I'm just making a whole mess out of everything. So for the third time, we're going to spray our brush because we want things to be very sparkly, apparently. And I hope that sounds good, because if it doesn't, it's just going to be really annoying during this video. But now we're going to go in this palette yet again and go with this one right here, because this one's also kind of purpley, but it's more maroony. This one's more of a purple. See how hollow my eyes look? I swear. I'm trying to make this pretty. I don't want to be too scary. Although I think scary is pretty sometimes. I'm going to try to like carve this out with maybe like a black or a silver. But I also want to kind of do my brows a little bit, because right now it just looks like, I mean, it looks like it's supposed to. Like, if you want to do legit Beetlejuice cosplay, don't do eyebrows, right? But for the sake of the sex appeal, we're gonna do my brows a little bit. Am I sexier yet? See how I look less scared with eyebrows? So I'm gonna use the same thing, this thing that I just used for the red on the inside, and I'm going to take a dark brown and try to cut my crease a little. Okay, so let's all pray together to make sure this works. And try to be patient with this too. Do you see the difference? See? So it's just not like a flat circle. Like I said, in the movie, it's a flat circle. So it's totally fine if you want to do that. But if you want to be a little bit more like glam, Instagram type beauty scary, then you might need to do this step if you have eyes like me. Because then it gives a little bit more dimension, see? And we're taking this clean brush. I think this was the one I put the initial pink on. If you want to use a pink to blend it out too, you can. But I'm just going to kind of like just soften this up a bit. Make it a little bit prettier. See how the line looks different already between this one and this one. Just kind of swooping it over with the brush. Again, if you want full on horror, keep the hard edges. That's what makes it scarier. But if you want like pretty, I guess pretty dead person or whatever, then soften out. See how it already looks different, right? All you just did was blend just for like 2 seconds. We're also gonna do, because this is sexy Beetlejuice, we are sexy. We are also gonna do hopefully a good eyeliner, a good wing liner, and we're gonna put lashes on, which again, if you know me, if you know my channel, it's gonna be hit or miss. But we are being sexy Halloween, damn it. So we are gonna do lashes and do a full like eye look, like a proper eye look. I'm going to go ahead and take the highlighter I normally use, and I'm going to highlight my eyes a little bit and put a little bit of highlight in the brow. Then we'll do liner, then we'll do lashes, and then we'll move on to the more zombie-ish stuff, and it'll be more fun, I promise. I mean, this is fun too, don't get me wrong, this is fun. But this is basically like all the spooky shit we did before. It's just taming it, making it a little bit more family friendly, I guess. Now, I don't want to do too much here because I want to keep the purple. But I just want to like create a illusion of some shape. Before I took all the shape out of my eyes, and now I'm trying to put a little bit back in. We have our mascara and our eyeliner, so we're going to try to do this the smart way and literally just do the bottom thing first and then fill it in. That's the smart way to do it, not how I normally do it. I just kind of like yeet. But we're not going to yeet today because this is supposed to be a successful look. We're supposed to make ourselves look good. So no yeeting today. We're going to try to strategically plan out this eyeliner and go like from the bottom out. And see? And then make a little bit extra. I normally don't go this much, but you know, since we're costuming today, why not? We're going to connect the dots and then just fill it in. See? Connected the dot. And filled it in. Wow. Okay, I'm going to bring it really out. This is a lot of eyeliner for me. You can't really tell with all the purple though. And then I don't know if I'm going to bring it all the way, but I'm just going to try to like make it blend into here. If you have hooded eyes, you don't really necessarily need to make your eyeliner connect all the way. In fact, it can make your eyes look smaller sometimes when you do that. So I'm just gonna like be lazy about it and just try to like make it blend. Or maybe it goes all the way. It's all the way now. Good job, me. But yeah, so see, there's my wing. There's my sexy wing because I'm a sexy Beetlejuice. Hopefully, I can do the same on the other side. We'll find out. So now we're just going to put mascara on for a little bit, and then we're going to glue the lashes on. This is pretty good. This is probably the best I've ever done. And that took like 2 seconds. I'm so proud of myself. If you are someone who, like me, who doesn't normally, or no, I mean, I have enough experience with false eyelashes to know like how to take care of them. But if you're someone who's like brand new and who's never worn false eyelashes before, but you want to for Halloween, I would just recommend like practicing. It's like breaking in a new pair of heels, right? I would just recommend practicing them for a bit, like a couple days before Halloween, so you kind of get a sense of like how to put them on, what they feel like, you know, wear them for a while so you know your tolerance level, because like if you're just going for a party for like an hour or so, then it's fine, but wearing these all night can be kind of like a lot for some people if they're not used to it. So I would just recommend practicing, getting a feel for them before going to the main event, so like you know how to like blink and stuff with fake eyelashes on, you know. So this is like the sexiest part of the makeup, right? I think the eyes are the sexiest part. So next we're going to bring in more Beetlejuice elements. Like right now we have pretty much just like a pale ass beat face and some purple eyes, right? Which can be spooky in itself, I guess. But basically I want to do a lot of like the moss and stuff that's on his face, especially around here and the hairline, on the neck and on the mouth. So we're going to just kind of do another blending technique and building up a bunch of greens and stippling green colors on our face. I'm going to keep my lips like this the entire time. So sorry to disappoint you if you like lips, but we're not doing lips today. Maybe some lip gloss to make it extra sexy. I don't know, but this is my horror part that I like to get to do. So we're going to put it back, Miss Funko Pop. Thank you for your service. And we're going to bring out Miss Spellbinding and the other chocolate palette, maybe, but I don't think we're going to need it. So I'm just going to go in with this lighter green first, and then use the darker green to kind of shade to make it more mossy, I guess. But we're going to do, all these shades are sparkly, so we're going to be very glittery. But I'm going to do the mouth first, because that's my favorite part. And then we'll try to do the neck and the hairline too. So you just kind of like start spotting and see how it already makes it. This is just the piece de resistance. And with this kind of stuff, like you don't need to be too precise. You know, you just kind of like blob it on. And he has a beard, so it doesn't go all the way in his beard, but it does go like this, which kind of just like accentuates my jawline anyway. And then we're gonna put a little bit here. If we got it, put a little bit here. Yes, queen. And you can use this as kind of like a contour in itself too, I guess. Because look, it just makes me look a little bit more snatched. So if you'd rather put it on places that are more flattering for your face shape, go ahead. But see, it's like making another like little 3 like that. And then we're gonna go to the jaw. I'm only getting his like one side, but I know the moss goes all the way in his roots, so basically I'm just gonna push my hair back. I know my hair is messy every time I do one of these videos, but like I said, it's just because I'm going to do weird stuff to it. His hair in some lights is green, sometimes it's just kind of blonde and scraggly, so I think it's really based on whether or not you want to put moss in your hair. Just kind of put the green over the gray right now and try to look like we're like rotting a little bit, which is fun. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it down, make it like kind of patchy, you know. Yeah, you see how it's already different? So this isn't like pictured, but I'm just gonna bring the neck down to the chest a little bit. Because look how well that accentuates my neck, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to like, if I'm gonna be sexy Beetlejuice, I'm gonna be sexy Beetlejuice, you know? Of course, we could do a little contouring there too, I guess. Just want to turn it into like a circular blob so it's a little bit more discreet. See? Now no one can call you out for it. Bam! Okay, so now what we're gonna do is kind of shake that off, wet our brush a little bit, and go in with the darker green. And we're just gonna like speckle it a little bit. So here we go, one more ASMR. Gonna kind of play with the bristles. And go in with the darker green and see if we can add some texture. So you don't want to put it all over the green you just did. You just want to put it in like a couple parts. So that way it looks like an ombre type thing. You know? I don't know if you can see here. I'm having a hard time seeing there too. But maybe we can see it on the chest a little bit better. So see, it's just kind of like stippling. And then let me put a little bit in my hair. I might put a little bit more like light green around here, just to kind of blend it out. So I'm just gonna kind of like pat with a sponge, kind of blend a little bit. I think from this angle it looks really good. And like, I know he's got like really crazy hair, and I'm gonna put up a picture of me being Beetlejuice for my friend's Halloween party here. And like, I had longer hair then and I made it all crazy and stuff. And if you want to do that too, you can. I'm just sticking with my like sexy theme and I don't want to go too wild for it. So now I'm just putting on a highlight where I normally would. Like I said, Beetlejuice is a baddie in this universe. He's gonna glow. Or she. Maybe they should do a reboot with Beetlejuice being a woman. That'd be kind of interesting. I'll play Beetlejuice. Like, I call dibs. We're just gonna put that everywhere just for the sake of being shiny. Yeah. It's showtime, baby. Maybe I'll put it on my lips too. That way they get a little love. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. A little cybery, but I think it looks nice. Okay, so now we just need to spray this baby down and it will stay. Whew. And this setting spray in particular, I guess has a 16-hour wear. So if you're going to be in costume all day, I recommend this. Obviously, I haven't tested it out for 16 hours. But, you know, I know a lot of people like this. My sister uses this, and she wears her makeup for nearly 16 hours a day because she never washes her face. Read. But she uses this, and so I would assume it works pretty well, too. So let me just put on a striped blazer to look more Beetlejuicy, and I'll pose for you real quick. Okay, boys and ghouls. Let me just kind of move that. This is like a striped blazer I own. If you have the legit stripes, that'd be even cooler. But I think people would get the vibe, like, just with this jacket. I don't. I used to have like a white button down that you could wear. But like if you're going out for Halloween, I don't really recommend wearing button downs anyway. Plus you can do more titty contouring without one. But yeah, you can just wear this and some pants and call it a day. I'm in sweatpants right now because we're not gonna go out for Halloween. But you know, it is what it is. So let me just kind of like pose for you real quick. And so that's it. That's the video. Yes. Thank you for watching me turn myself into a sexy Beetlejuice, whatever that means. Apparently, that means this to me. Not gonna lie, I don't mind this eyeshadow look. It's a lot more eyeshadow than I normally wear, but I think it looks good. And yeah, I think I fit Beetlejuice's profile. I'll put pictures up here for you guys. But anyway, just let me know how I did in the comments down below. What are you dressing up as this year? Tends to be my go-to costume because for me it's really easy. And it is a pretty big transformation without a whole lot of effort. Like I don't have to buy anything. I have everything I need. So we're good. But yeah, let me know what you're going to be for Halloween. I'm going to keep doing these every Friday. So just stay tuned for that. And until next time, thanks. Bye.